Today I'm showing you WatchGuard Endpoint Security integration with N-Central. N-Central is a remote monitoring and management product offered by N-able, previously known as SolarWinds. Other RMM software that you may know are Kaseya BSA, ConnectWise Automate, etc. Some interesting functionalities offered by RMM software are the automated deployment of software, the monitoring of machines under certain conditions, and the possibility to act on devices and to manage them. With the WatchGuard and N-Central integration, you are equipped with the power of enterprise-grade security that is easy to manage and scalable across all your client sites. You will be able to automate the deployment of WatchGuard Endpoint Agent, launch on-demand security scans, monitor the security status, and much more through the N-Central platform, saving you time and money. The preparations to integrate WatchGuard Endpoint Security features in N-Central need to be done only once. The first step will be to download the set of files required for the integration, which are available in the software download page of WatchGuard site. Once the files have been downloaded, the setup of the integration could be divided into two parts: configuration of connection between WatchGuard and N-Central, and the import of files that will allow to use the features offered by this integration. To configure the connection between WatchGuard and N-Central, you will have to execute the onboarding application that is inside the file downloaded, introduce the required information, and click Connect. If the connection is successful, the next step will be to map customers between both systems, WatchGuard and N-Central. To do so, you need to select the corresponding customer from the drop-down list for each one of the accounts displayed. If you don't want to map a specific account, just leave the drop-down value as Select a Client. When finished, click the Save button and both systems, WatchGuard and N-able, will be connected. It is important to say that this application can be run whenever you need to add, change, or delete an existing mapping. The second part of the setup is the import of the downloaded files in order to monitor the security status of devices and to add to N-Central certain actions on devices, such as the manual install of WatchGuard Agent, the isolation of devices, immediate scans, etc. So let's start with the creation of the service. After you log in to your N-Central console, you will need to navigate to Administration, Service Management, Service Templates. Once there, you will need to click the Import button and then click Browse. Select the zip file inside the file downloaded. Provide a name to the service. Set the input parameters required. And click the Save button. It is recommended to use this service not only in existing machines, but also in machines that may be added in the future. To do this, you need to create a rule in N-Central. Navigate to Configuration, Monitoring, and Rules. Click the Add button. Enter a name to the rule. Select the device types you want this rule to apply to. Then move to the Monitoring Options tab. Select the service template just created. Move again to the Grant Customers and Sites and select the customers and sites to apply this rule. Once completed, click the Save button. Later, we will check the items that this service will monitor. So you have completed the setup of the service that monitors the security status in your devices, and now you will have to import a set of scripts that allow to execute certain actions on devices. To do so, you need to navigate to Configuration, Schedule Task, and click on Script and Software Repository. Now click on the Add button, Automation Policy to import the Windows scripts, or Mac Scripting to import Mac scripts. In the page that opens, you must select the script to import and follow the instructions of the page. As you have seen, the setup process is a matter of a few minutes. Once the integration of WatchGuard Endpoint Security is completed, it will help you with the security management of your company assets. So let's see some of the main features included. Auto-deploy. you can set N-Central to auto-deploy WatchGuard Agent to all Windows devices you manage without any user action needed. You will need to navigate to Actions, click on Run Automation Policy. In the new page that loads, introduce a name, select the repository item in the list that corresponds to the installation of WatchGuard Agent, configure the parameters, select the clients in the target list, and schedule the task in the Schedule tag. Once done, you can click Save and WatchGuard Agent will be installed in current Windows devices as well as in other Windows devices that are added in the future, making sure that the endpoint protection is installed in all the computers and servers. A second feature included is the scan of Windows devices. Whenever you suspect a machine has security issues, you can run a scan on it. Just navigate to Actions, select Run an Automation Policy, choose the specific repository, select the devices, and click on Save. Then the devices will be scanned. Together with these actions mentioned, you can also isolate computers or servers before the attack moves laterally through the network. One of the main goals of this integration is to simplify security management for you. In line with this objective, you will have a service that monitors and easily informs you of the security status in the machines you manage. You can navigate to all devices and see the status icon in the table. The following items are monitored. Indicators of attack, where we check if one or more indicators of attack have been detected in the device. PUB execution, where we validate if one or more PUBs have been executed in the device. Malware execution, checking if malware has been executed in the device. Threats detection, where we check for an amount of threats in the device, for like programs block, phishing detections, intrusion attempts block, malware URLs block, exploits, etc. Protection status, where we check that the device is in a correct protection status. WatchGuard Agent installation, checking if an error has occurred during the installation of WatchGuard Agent. And finally, WatchGuard license validation, where we validate that the device has a valid license assigned or not. Depending on the item monitored, you will see a different icon in the status column in the case of failure. An error icon will show if any of the following returns a failure status: protection status in error, WatchGuard Agent installation error, or machine without license assigned. In the case the previous items return a normal status, the status of the monitoring service will show an advert icon if any of the following returns a failure status: indicator of attack detected, PUB execution detected, or malware execution detected. And finally, threat detections will always return a normal status, even if detections occur as we prevent the attacks detected before they are executed. In this case, details will be displayed in the value column of the item. You can also see the list of machines with issues directly in the issues page of N-Central. This will help you to identify the machines to look at between thousands of machines that report no issues. And this is all for WatchGuard Endpoint Security integration with N-able. Should you require more information, please visit WatchGuard Help Center, click on Endpoint Security Help, Third-Party Plugins, N-able N-Central plugin, and you can get detailed instructions on how to operate with this integration.